Hello, it is the evening of April 28th. It's been approximately 2 weeks since we planted all of our seeds and wanted to do a quick update. Starting off front and center, a couple things. The lines are definitely helping us know where the plants are and where they are not so that we can pull weeds out. And then even more so, the dots themselves, as in right here, we can see on the line where approximately the seed was planted, which again, it just gives a little bit of reassurance that what's coming up is what we wanted, where it was planted, and prevents us from pulling things by accident. So real quickly, first row here is Walla Walla onions. Just starting to see the very beginning, this guy coming up. We've seen a lot of small grasses. It kind of looks very similar to this stuff here, which there definitely weren't seeds put in, so we'll have to continue to watch it. Hopefully it comes up, but we'll see. Hey, maybe. Nope, that's just a piece of grass. Dang it. False alarm. A little bit further past that are the red onions. Haven't seen anything really come up there yet either, which I'll need to look and see when we should even expect them. We might be expecting things too early. But, however, right behind them, the radishes, the sparkler radishes, these were the first to come up out of the ground, and very exciting to see them start to be visible. Next to them are the white Lisbon, the green onions. Just barely starting to see some stuff right there. So that's kind of exciting. Behind that, I think are the beets. Starting to see some signs of them as well. Equally exciting to see that stuff start to germinate and come up. Moving on, we have white onions, which I think is slightly different than the sweet onions for the Walla Wallas. This little guy is starting to come up. We'll see. We'll see what he turns into. But very exciting. Just behind it, just in the last couple of days, this has really started to sprout. This is a zucchini. Next to it is the Brussels sprouts. I hope that's what that is. Followed by cabbage. So also exciting, but at the same time, that looks very familiar, even if it is right next to the little marker to this and that is really close to line. We'll have to see. But this is broccoli. Coincidentally, we're seeing a similar plant at each of the dots, so that is a bit promising. Behind the broccoli is our cauliflower, which again, lining right up with the dots on the line. Kind of promising, kind of exciting. Back up against the trellis, I guess what we'll call this, is the beans. Beans are really starting to poke through. These are the Blue Lake beans. These were planted every 4 inches. So these are on 8-inch lines. We got one in between. So we should see another one here, another one back over here. So, we got a couple early guys, a couple late guys, but they're making some progress. Next one back is more of the same bean, the Blue Lakes. So similar. We're seeing some start to sprout, definitely coming up and out of the ground. Very exciting. And then we get into the rows. We have 2 rows of cucumbers. The first one being the sweet burpless cucumber. Again, we're getting some stuff lining up with the dots all the way down. Same with this line here, which is the National Pickling cucumbers. Excited to see some growth. These last 3 rows are all the peaches and cream corn, which just yesterday, this guy started to poke out. This one directly behind it started to poke out. We got some over here. Oh, this guy wasn't there yesterday. That's exciting. A little guy back here. A couple more. Very exciting to see this start to come up. We will need to do a little bit of weeding to get these whatever this stuff is. I'm hesitant and I'm holding off on pulling all this stuff up just yet. There's another app called Plant Snap where you can take a picture of the plant or the leaves and it will try to identify what it is. So before I start ripping things out, I kind of want to see what it's coming up and if it's good, if it's bad, just to kind of know. Next box over, starting on the left, is our roll of sunflower seeds. Sunflowers. Unfortunately, one of the birds got in here a day or two ago and nipped this one off. It actually still has the casing of the shell, the seed, on it. So maybe this guy will come back. This guy was not here 2 days ago. And again, you can see the shell of the seed. Pretty exciting. Either way, they're starting to come up all the way down. Very, very exciting is not just the 1, 2, but 3 of the spaghetti squash plants. If I remember correctly, this space should only have 1 plant in it. I wanted to make sure that this crop came up because it's Andrea's favorite. So went a little overboard, did 3 times as many, and it looks like they're all starting to be a successful plant. So I might look into extending these out and then putting some trellis up here to grow these vertically. I hear that you can do that a lot with the vine plants, so we might end up with a much larger crop, which would be awesome. Again, it's her favorite. So out of the entire garden, that was the one thing that she was looking forward to. Hopefully it pans out. Moving down, we've got our row of mixed peppers. Right now, nothing. I don't see anything. There's one little guy kind of right here, but it's off to the side. I think it might just be a random. Haven't seen any peppers come up yet, so we'll hold our breath. After that, we got a mix of 3 rows. If I want to say this guy here is parsley, which I planted a little bit later, so nothing there yet. However, our Roma tomatoes, starting to see a little bit of stuff come up. Right here. Another little bit right there. And a little further down. So I was worried about these not coming up because I guess tomatoes are supposed to be really started as seedlings and then transplanted. The plan was to just put stuff straight into the dirt. So I was a little apprehensive that it may not work out, but it looks like something's coming up and something's better than nothing, so we'll take it. Aside from the parsley, this should be basil. Again, it was planted a little later, so we haven't seen anything start yet, which is okay. This trellis is a mix. What we've got going in and popping up right now are the Oregon sugar pod peas. This was every 2 inches, and so we've got multiple starts all the way down. Gonna be fantastic to be able to grab these throughout the summer right off the vine and just chomp away and add them to a salad. Next to that is the purple hull peas. I think it's more of a bean. Not seeing much there yet, but it's still early. We'll see what happens. Over here, Alaska peas up against the trellis are taken off by storm. Super excited about these. These are also every 2 inches, and they are definitely coming in strong. So I fully expect this trellis to be filled with lots of plants, lots of growth. Speaking of growth, what's this guy doing? You give this another week or so and see if Plant Snap can tell us what it is. If it's a weed, you gotta go. But if you're exciting something better, I might let you stick around. First row here is our cantaloupe. Not much going on there on those. Some random plant here in the row of the sugar baby watermelon. Not much there either, unfortunately. However, our honeydew is looking a little promising. We've got one start here. At the very end, we got another start, and right here, you can barely see. Oh, starting to pop through. Here, little buddy, let me help you out. Awesome, honeydew, delicious. And some more randos. Might be grass, might be a weed. We'll let it see what happens, what comes out from there. Back here is our pumpkins, our jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. Don't really expect much from them quite yet. It's probably still a little bit early. I do need to double check the calendar to find out when I should start to see them, but they're there and in the ground. And then these two shorter sections are the edamame. This was planted, oh no, it was the same time, yeah. So it was all planted originally. Again, starting to see some random stuff over here. Don't know yet. So we'll leave those in for now, see what they start to do, and then pluck them out if they're not on the VIP list. Last box is the one that I'm the most concerned about. As the trees here have started to bloom and have bloomed a lot in the last 2 weeks, that really limits the sun to this box. It really doesn't see much until mid to late afternoon. When we water, this one definitely stays wet longer in comparison to the other beds. So very apprehensive. However, it is kind of encouraging to see what we've got coming up so far. This first one is, these first two are spinach. So we're starting to see some consistent sprouts coming up all the way down. That's exciting. Everybody here loves spinach. So I'm really excited to see these start to bloom, or not bloom, but come up. I don't know what the right name is. It comes out of the ground. The zombies are creeping out. That's what we're talking about. Next one is a lettuce mix. This was a mix of different lettuce greens. A lot of variety there. I think I overplanted this one just a little bit, and I think it'll be okay. We're getting a lot of growth, and as they continue to grow and we harvest a little bit at a time on a regular basis, we should have crop throughout the entire summer. This next one is I want to say, no, this one's iceberg lettuce. So this is the starts of the iceberg heads again going down. Looking decent there, starting to finally poke up. Same with the next one, which is, I want to say this is another mix, a salad bowl mix, I think. Gosh, I have to go double check, I'm not sure. Next three are carrots, which not much is happening. All the way down all three of these rows. I think these are planted every 4 inches. And I mean, maybe this little guy, kind of seeing another one here. Maybe they're starting to come up. We'll see. And then lastly, our last row here is celery, which it also hasn't had much, with the exception of this guy, which really looks like grass. So it's lined up with a dot. We're pretty close. Don't know. But that's why we did the extra steps of the rope, not the rope, but the lines, the string, and the dots to kind of give us a reference to look at and see what's going on. So I guess it's a quick update. We're under 15 minutes. We're seeing a lot of, grass and other things growing up through the sawdust that I put down, or shavings, I'm sorry. So that's just a matter of pull things out and chuck it off into the compost bin. So we're getting some growth. The ground is definitely fertile. We just want it to grow over here. Not so much here. What? You want to say hello? Or goodbye? Okay, bye.